Alan and John that have made their mock drafts.
We didn't make a mock draft.
It's not a mock draft. It's the
Correct.
official and it's
Office Chair Sports official mock
So
draft.
which one's official though?
mine.
Mine.
All right, well, let's talk. Let's talk about that one then. Let's talk about that one. All right, so for our Orlando Magic, first overall, you guys both agreed on this one.
We
With
did.
the
Jabari
first
Smith.
pick in the 2022,
Office Chair Sports mock draft.
we select Jabari Smith. I think this is a no-brainer for Orlando. You have to go with the best player available. Not only is he the best player available, he has the highest ceiling in the draft. No questions asked. Jabari Smith Jr. in an Orlando Magic jersey next year. No trades, nothing. Jabari Smith.
We're not gonna
for
move back
Orlando.
for Keegan?
No. Keegan. We'll talk about Keegan.
Alan, you're going back to what you said. You said Jabari Smith too.
No, I'm just asking. Apparently, people think we're gonna move back.
There's no way.
I think Jabari Smith. What do you think he has shades of? Like, who is like the best, like the player comparison for Jabari?
I'm praying Michael Jordan.
So
No.
if
That's
Jabari
Butler.
Smith figures out how to dribble a basketball and like create for himself,
KD.
not only I think he's better than KD.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm serious. I'm serious. He's got a better mental state of mind. He's got a better NBA body.
Yeah.
And he's already as good or possibly even better shooter than Kevin Durant coming into the league.
Jabari, like, there's been Tatum, Brandon Ingram, like, stuff, like, players like that.
Yeah.
Jabari Smith was more efficient and more productive in college than both of those players.
Yeah. I think here's the reason you go with Jabari Smith over Chet Holmgren at this point. Jabari Smith is the highest ceiling player. He is
Over Chet?
Yeah, he's a top 10. If he reaches his ceiling, he's a top 10 all-time player. If Chet...
Did you say all time?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I'm serious. If he reaches
Is
his
KD
ceiling...
top 10?
But again, he's going to be better than KD if he reaches his ceiling.
Okay.
If Chet reaches his ceiling, what is he? He's a New York Knicks, Kristaps Porzingis.
Yeah, Porzingis got traded.
That's what I'm saying.
To Washington.
I mean, like, I don't like this argument that, if you take Chet, you're going with a higher ceiling prospect. That's not what's going on here.
Do you see any shades of maybe Giannis where he came into the league super skinny and then just bulked up and became dominant?
I see more Giannis and Jabari Smith than Chet.
In what ways?
Because Jabari Smith already has a lot of the muscle that Chet is lacking. And,
That's true.
like, I think he's good. My problem with Chet is, like, is he going to survive an entire NBA season? That's Kristaps Porzingis' problem, is he just keeps getting injured.
Yeah. No.
But Chet hasn't had a major injury yet.
Yeah, Kristaps Porzingis didn't either.
Sure. Till he got the NBA.
Until he got to the NBA. The NBA is a totally different game. And when and Chet is so much smaller than Kristaps Porzingis was.
Also think Chet's game translates more to college than NBA.
I agree with that. Yeah.
He was very comfortable with bringing it down the court.
Yeah.
And fast break and doing a pull up three.
Yeah.
In NBA, there's not much fast break
Right.
as it is in college.
That's a good point.
All right. So we talked a lot about Chet here, but both of you guys have him go number 2 to OKC.
I think OKC wants. I think there's a good possibility that they're going to move up to 1 and trade away their 12th pick just to make sure they get Chet.
There's no way that Chet gets past OKC.
Presti is
No, I
not
agree.
letting Chet go past him.
Yeah.
I think they have enough draft capital that, this is number 2 overall pick and possibly number 1. You really can't afford
They
to
have
miss,
17 first-round picks in 5 years. They're going to use them.
They
in the
can
draft.
they
Right.
can take a little chance, more than other teams
we can take a hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Chet's game, I found it didn't really translate that well from you watch him with high school with Jalen Suggs. Like,
Yeah.
this kid could do anything he wanted.
Right.
He just kind of struggled more with that. I mean, he's very good. I saw him in videos defensively, block shots,
He is very sound defensively.
Yeah.
But
Very sound.
for an Orlando Magic team that,
We don't need another
We don't
project.
need
need-
another 7-footer.
yeah,
No, that's the thing.
I mean, to me, the most telling thing about Chet is you look at the 9 games against the 9 best teams that he played. He didn't average double digits against those teams. He shot like 30-something% from the floor in those games. From the free throw line, which should be gimmies, he shot 60-something%. I mean, Chet Holmgren choked when he played physical teams that could guard him.
He played good against Jalen Duren in the tournament.
But I mean,
He's still a freshman.
Like in the
I'm not
NBA,
gonna
I
go.
don't see like if Chet's gonna be good, it's gonna take him a long time to get there.
Yeah, I don't think it comes in. It'll be 4 years max.
Yeah,
or
minimum.
Yeah,
Minimum. Yeah.
So OKC are taking on a little bit of a project here. We have
OKC.
not a little project, a big project.
I ain't gonna lie though. OKC has really good history in number 2 picks.
They do. Kevin Durant.
Yep.
Yeah.
They have good history drafting a lot. I feel.
No,
like.
I mean, yeah, they do well drafting.
All right. Now moving on to the Rockets. Both you guys have him drafting Paulo.
Yeah.
I think I think it's a good spot for him. Loki. Out of those
Working
two
out there with
teams.
Jalen Green in Houston. No.
Both of those guys get beat on defense. If Houston's gonna win, they're gonna have to score 150 points.
Boncaro, I think is it Boncaro, right? Boncaro can be a really good defender if he tries. I think
He loses.
I also think Duke's system did not suit him well.
That's fair. But do you think that him losing 7 pounds of electrolytes or water a game is gonna come back to harm?
I think they figured it out right. They gave him like this Gatorade electrolyte thing. I think they figured that out.
Okay.
Because he didn't get cramped after that.
Yeah.
After like the first 2 games.
Okay.
I think Houston is a good fit for him. I think that's perfect for him. I think Houston's happy. I think Houston has nothing to lose. They're gonna get one of the 3, and they're just gonna let them fall to him.
No, I agree.
So
You think they're more often just take best on the board?
it's
You-
me.
you
If
have
whoever of these 3 that doesn't get picked 1 or 2 is going 3rd.
I agree.
There's no way.
To me, though, if I'm Houston, I want Chet. Because you've got your scorer in Jalen Green.
Do you think Christian Wood and him would go together?
Christian Wood is not part of the future plans. Like,
Okay.
once Houston gets an offer that they think is reasonable for Christian Wood is gone.
No, that's fair.
I think
they're
Possible draft day trade.
I mean, I see it. It's possible. Yeah.
I don't think there's any trades 1, 2, 3. Kings can do something.
The Kings probably will do something.
Because I think they have their eyes on Keegan Murray, and I think Detroit or Pacers can move up.
For who's our number 4 pick, Jacob?
You guys both have Jaden Ivey.
Yeah. So you don't think the Kings want Jaden Ivey? You think they want Keegan Murray?
So who do the Kings have? They have they drafted Davion Mitchell last year. They have De'Aaron Fox, who they're going to pay this offseason.
Right.
And they traded Tyrese Halliburton, but
Yeah.
I'm
Have
not going to
some
get into
bonus.
that. And then I don't who's the shooting guard? They traded Buddy Hield.
Right.
So I mean, Ivy could play. I think Ivy could fit there. I mean, he's definitely the best available at 4, 100%.
I put Ivy at 4 because I think Ivy goes 4. I don't know that Sacramento is the
No,
team making that pick.
no, exactly that. I don't know for sure Kings are gonna take him. I think
Yeah.
Kings like Keegan Murray. I think there's a good chance that they're gonna pick Keegan Murray too.
So who's our number 5?
Well, that's
Speaking
very
of
interesting
Keegan
that Alan
Murray.
says Keegan Murray going number 4 possibly. This is where the different choices, different routes happen.
I also want to
here.
add this real quick. Jaden Ivey grew up in Indiana. Pacers, or he played in Purdue, and Pacers are 6.
That's a good point.
I think there's a good chance Pacers are gonna move up, and they're gonna have Ivy and Halliburton together,
Ivy, Halliburton, and they would
and
trade.
Malcolm Brogdon gets traded.
They trade Brogdon. I think Brogdon is one of the most underrated players in the NBA. I
Yeah.
love Malcolm Brogdon.
But he got injured. He had
did.
injury problems this year.
He hasn't played more than 60 games in like the last 3 years, but
When
he's healthy, he is the most underrated player in the NBA.
Wow, Malcolm Brogdon fan over there.
I love
I really like to see
don't.
it.
If they go for Jaden Ivey, they're gonna trade Brogdon.
Yeah, I mean, I think he should, and I think that's good for Malcolm Brogdon because I think if he leaves
deserves better.
Indiana, but if he winds up on somebody, like who would they trade? I mean, if he winds up on another team, then I think he could start getting some respect. I really like Malcolm Brogdon. I mean, he's a 50, 40, 90 guy. He's one of the best perimeter defenders in the
Guess
NBA.
who
I'd love
drafted
to see
him?
those.
Guess who drafted him?
Milwaukee.
Hammond.
Hammond. Yep.
Yep.
John Hammond.
Oh.
Yep.
Good history. They actually used a 2nd-round pick.
Yeah.
All right.
good.
All right, so now number 5, Jonathan, you have Shaedon Sharp, and you have Alan has Keegan Murray.
Yeah.
Keegan Murray is the best. He's the most NBA-ready player right now.
I don't think that's what Detroit's looking for. That's why I have Shaedon
I think
Sharp.
his offensive game still translates to the NBA pretty well.
I completely agree.
If Detroit's taking him, they just want to make sure that the Cade Cunningham show goes on.
Right.
They don't. If they're gonna pick Shaedon Sharp, I think it's gonna take some time to get reaccustomed to one another.
So what do you see Keegan Murray being in the NBA?
I think he's about 15 points a game starter.
Yeah.
For like 8 years.
Right.
No, I think
that's decent.
I think if he fits really well with Detroit. They have Cade Cunningham.
Right.
I don't think who's the guy who just the 7th overall that 1 year that hasn't panned out from France.
I know Killian Hayes.
Killian Hayes. I don't think he's gonna pan out.
No, he's not going to.
They have Isaiah Stewart at center.
Right.
They have the guy from Villanova, Sadiq Bey.
Yeah, he's
and
good.
then the shooting guard I'm blanking on. But shooting guard and power forward are the 2 spots, and then that's Shaedon Sharpe and Keegan Murray. So I think he's gonna go one of those 2, obviously, but I think they're gonna go for the for sure player on Keegan Murray.
I think Detroit is just think of the backcourt: Cade Cunningham and Shaedon Sharpe. If Shaedon Sharpe hands out, that is an unbeatable backcourt. I think Detroit goes with the flash.
They go with upside.
They go with upside. Yeah, I think they do.
And you think Pacers are gonna go for the proven?
I think they have to.
And at that point, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you have to go best
That's
player
fair.
available, and I think Keegan Murray at that point definitely is the best player.
I can see that happen. That's
yeah,
fair.
yeah.
Yeah, so you guys mentioned Indiana picks. You guys flipped. Jonathan went Keegan Murray, and Allen went Shaedon.
I can see it both
Sharpe,
ways,
so.
but I do have Keegan going 5.
So now we get back into agreement here. At 7th, going to Portland, we have AJ Griffin, both you guys.
AJ Griffin who was he, 43% in college? 45?
He shot over 50% from downtown in 2 separate months, like for the entire month.
Only thing that concerns me about him is his athleticism.
Yeah.
But wingspan 7 foot.
Yeah.
6'6", 6'7".
He's also extremely young. I
Still
think he's still
extremely
18.
young. He did towards ACL and it did hinder his athleticism. But if you shoot 50%,
You've got
and you're 7 foot wingspan, and you have the potential.
Yeah.
I mean, Portland did move back, and Kings did jump him, and Dame Lillard had a funny reaction to that. I still think they're gonna get a really good player at 7.
AJ Griffin is a good player. He's not a franchise player like Portland was hoping for.
No. I mean, they did tank very hard at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And they still ended up with
They
7.
didn't tank well enough.
Yeah, obviously some teams tanked better than them, but
Sam Presti would like a word.
yeah, but they've been tanking all year though. I think AJ Griffin is gonna be very solid for a lot of years.
He will be a very good player. He's not a franchise game-changing player, but I see him
He could be
averaging
Jimmy
double.
Butler easily.
I could see that.
Easily.
I could see that. Yeah.
And I think Portland would like that.
Yeah.
His defense is very underrated too.
Yeah, he's a good defender. I mean, he's a decent all-around player.
On-ball defender.
I
also think I did mention this earlier. Duke's system is not good for defense-wise. I think when what's his name? Who's retired? Coach K.
Yeah.
Back in the 90s, his system worked really well.
Yeah.
And it doesn't with new college
You don't think
basketball.
so,
I don't think
no?
it works that well anymore.
Yeah.
The game is changing 100%.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
game is always evolving. All right, so number 8 and number 9, you guys flipped again.
Yep.
So Jonathan starts out with New Orleans, Dyson Daniels, and then Allen has Johnny Davis, and then Spurs, you guys have the opposite, Johnny Davis and Dyson Daniels.
We great minds think alike. I really like Johnny Davis.
Yeah.
I think he could be the Booker of this draft.
I was going to say the exact same thing.
He looks exactly like Booker.
Their games are very similar.
And he has the frame. His frame he's an NBA frame.
Yeah.
And he's a really good defender.
Johnny Davis could be the steal of this draft because he's so good on both sides of the ball.
Yes.
And his ability to create shots for himself in particular is
he's not great at he's good, but like the potential, like his like shot selection and his moves.
Yeah, he can be absolutely elite on that side of the ball. I mean, if he averaged 30 points a game and was like a Bradley Beal or a
New Orleans would be stacked.
Yeah, I really
that's a good fit too. I think Alvarado he's a funny player, but he was a starting shooting guard in the playoffs.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
If you put Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, and Johnny Davis, and Devontae Graham's their point guard? No.
He didn't play much.
I'm blanking on their point guard, but I think he fits
They're
really
stacked.
well.
They don't need a point guard, to be honest.
No.
They'll be all right.
No, they're I think
CJ McCollum.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I totally forgot Michael Holm. Oh my goodness. I still think Johnny Davis will still fit really well in that team.
I've got Dyson Daniels going there. He's shooting up draft boards right now. And I think New Orleans at that point goes upside. again, I mean, we flip-flopped and we have him going back-to-back. I don't know that either one of those is wrong.
I don't think Dyson Daniels goes past Spurs because based on projection, he's all projection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. All right, so the first difficult name you guys have over here at 10, Benedict
Mathurin.
Yeah.
Yep.
Benedict Mathurin.
You want to say your guy?
That's who you guys both have there at 10.
So most boards that I look at have Johnny Davis behind Mathurin.
Mm-hmm.
I think Johnny Davis is the better player
100%.
between the better prospect.
There's a
between
reason
two.
Mathurin was rated really high in high school, but there's a reason why he had to stay for his sophomore year.
Yeah.
I think he's a good fit for the Wizards, but I'm not sold on him like Johnny Davis or Dyson Daniels.
Yeah, I mean, I think he'll be an NBA player.
Yeah.
But is he going to be a Johnny Davis? I really like Johnny Davis. I think Johnny Davis is a steal draft. I don't think you can take him in the top 3 with the top 3 that there are.
Could you see Pacers maybe going for Johnny Davis?
I could see Johnny Davis going as high as 5.
Yeah.
Sound like Booker want to go to the Magic in
Yeah.
5 that 1 year.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't remind us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, well.
But
Drafting's always fun.
But I think Wizards do need a guard, and I think he's the best guard available with the biggest upside because the Wizards do need upside.
Yeah, they do.
So why'd you pick the power forward out of Baylor, Jeremy?
I picked him to OKC.
You picked an OKC. Who'd you pick for Wizards? You picked Benedict.
you guys both picked
We
the same.
both-
Oh, we both picked Penn.
Both
Oh, my
picked
bad.
the
My
same.
bad.
And then Knicks, you guys have Jalen Durham.
Yep, I think Mitchell Robinson is going after this year. I don't think Knicks are going to pay him more than $10 million.
The Jalen Duren pick just seems like a New York pick. I mean, with Tom Thibodeau around, he's got a lot of developing to do. But again, like you said, Mitchell Robinson's gone. You know, I feel like they're guys like Emmanuel Quickly, R.J. Barrett.
I think all the guards at this point are going to be in the 20s, like the guards. Like
Yeah, it's a very big, heavy draft.
Right.
Yeah.
If you want a guard, I think if they really want a guard, I think they should move back. 'Cause I think they can get any guard they want.
I like Ty, but we'll get there in a minute. We'll get there in a minute.
Yes,
All
we
right.
will. OKC, you guys have different opinions here again. Now you mentioned Jeremy, and now
Usman.
Usman King. We're gonna work on pronunciation here.
Well, I do like your selection for Jeremy.
Yeah, Jeremy Sohan.
I think they're gonna get a forward. They're gonna get another forward with Chet.
Yeah, I really like Oklahoma City's pick here, and Oklahoma City does have a track record of being able to find steals. I think Jeremy Sohan has one of the highest ceilings in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
I really like him a lot for the same reason I like Johnny Davis. Jeremy Sohan is a lot more of a project. He's not a great shooter, but in terms of
OKC's fine with that.
He reminds me a lot of a less athletic Aaron Gordon, but like a better all around player. And Aaron Gordon went number 4 overall, mainly because of his athleticism. But Jeremy Sohan is an incredible defender. He's got an NBA ready body, and
6'9", 7 foot wingspan.
and he's got a pretty decent dribble pull up game. He can
Yep.
turn into fadeaways.
He's a projection, which I think OKC is okay with.
I think Oklahoma City is okay, especially if they take Chet. They know that they're not winning in the next few years. I think they're okay taking a project with him.
Right. And that's why
Oklahoma
I did.
City confirmed to the Western Conference Finals now next year.
2029.
Yeah, just before 1 year before us.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm doing the same thing. Projection, highest projection. Usman Dieng. He's been one of the best because France doesn't really pull out
You're right.
the best players in the world other than Gobert and Fournier, you know. But I think he's been on the radar for a while, and he's just straight projection. I think he played for the Breakers in New Zealand.
Yeah,
Okay.
Same thing that LaMelo and a couple players like that played for.
Yeah.
He's like 6'10", 6'11", long. This is Presty all over him. Bro.
Yeah.
I mean, I really don't know much about him because he played overseas, but he just reminds me of the Presty outlook of what they want.
Kind of an RJ Hampton type.
But a little bit taller, like 6'11" as a
Yeah.
small forward.
Right. That's good size.
So they're gonna be twin towers like Cleveland.
Yeah.
Coming up.
So now 13th, the Hornets. You guys both have Mark Williams.
Oh, I think this is a guarantee of the draft.
I'm
very sure.
This is the guaranteed of the episode.
Mark
Are you?
Williams, this is a good
13th,
question.
Hornets.
Are you more sure of Jabari Smith #1 or Mark Williams 13th?
Mark Williams at 13.
Who's your second? Who are you most sure of second? Like second.
I want to say Jabari Smith, but I don't know that that's not my own bias.
Mine's Chet if Magic don't draft him.
Chet at 2. Okay, yeah.
Right.
I like Mark Williams at Charlotte because Charlotte obviously needs a big. But the other thing is, and I was talking about this with the NFL draft with Kenny Pickett in Pitt, Charlotte and Duke. I mean, teams really like players that develop near them.
Browns have a good history of picking Ohio State players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that because I think scouts can see them more often, right, and so I think that Mark Williams to Charlotte, if he's on the board, is a no-brainer.
Do you think the Knicks could draft him?
I mean, over Jalen Duren, but then Charlotte takes Jalen Duren.
You think?
Yeah, Charlotte's not walking out of the draft.
I know Charlotte
players.
wants Mark Williams. He's 7 foot. With no shoes, so he's 7'1" with shoes.
Yeah,
and he had the longest wingspan in this draft.
Really,
7'6", but I think Chet didn't measure.
Right.
So him and Chet were really 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And now the Cavs.
This is number 14.
This is number 14. The lottery. This is where we end. We're not.
I think if they get another forward or center, I'm gonna be mind blown.
Cleveland.
Yes.
So Jonathan, you have Ty Washington, or do you have?
I have Ty.
You have Ty. You have.
You gonna change your pick?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say my pick, and I'll think about it.
Oshani.
Oh, the Ousmane Dieng.
Ousmane Dieng. Wow, that's not spelled that way.
I might be saying it wrong.
No, I don't think that's who I had.
No, you don't.
didn't.
No, you have.
I have the Kansas guard.
Yeah.
Oh, I had no clue to say his name.
Yeah, we're sorry.
He was very good in the tournament. That's why the good reason why they won.
No, I like the Kansas guard. I mean, again, he reminds me a lot of a Malcolm Brogdon type or a who came out last year? Davion Mitchell.
Davion Mitchell.
He kind of similar. I mean, he's not as tenacious defensively, but in terms of plays really well for the college championship winning team, and he's an experienced guard. I really like.
You think Cleveland's gonna take a senior? He's a senior. He's like 22, 23 years old.
Yeah, because you look at what that team was when they had Ricky Rubio. Like they're when you have a good point guard, then that Cleveland team is really good.
Do you think they're not gonna pick up a guard though?
I think they're picking up a guard.
He's gonna play shooting guard.
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna play big, and he's gonna play shooting guard.
Yeah, they already shown a willingness to play big.
Yeah,
because if you have Darius Garland at 1, I mean,
do you think they're signing Colin Sexton?
I don't think they're re-signing.
Okay, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah. I have Ty Washington because every year a Kentucky guard goes in the range of late lottery to what do you call it after the lottery?
25.
In the 15 range, and there's every year Booker, Emmanuel Quickly, Tyrese Maxey, the list goes on.
Jamal
Murray,
Tyler Hero.
Ty Washington is one of those players that he was highly rated.
Right.
He showed flashes.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't put it all together.
Yep.
He's gonna put it all together in NBA.
I agree. The reason that I hesitate to not put Ty is because I think Ty. I think Ty to Cleveland is exactly also what they need.
Yeah.
But
point guard.
But they have Darius Garland.
I don't think Ricky Rubio is gonna resign with Cleveland.
I think he will.
You think he will?
I absolutely think he will.
Because Cleveland's gonna need to pay him.
And I think they should pay him because you looked at how good they were.
They were really good. Yeah.
And that's the reason I don't think they should pay Colin Sexton because he didn't play this year and they were still really good. I mean, they were the best that they've been since he was drafted by Cleveland.
So where's Colin Sexton go?
I think Colin Sexton lands a Victor Oladipo type deal in terms of like a mid-level exception, a prove-it deal because he's coming off a year-long injury.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like
there's no money this year.
Yeah, I think he takes some mid-level.
No one has any money.
I think he takes some
only
mid-level
5
exception.
teams have money.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
No, what was it? The Lakers, they have like 3 players that take up all the cap space, basically.
Yeah.
Westbrook's 40+, LeBron's 40+, Anthony Davis 40+.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got nothing left. But make sure you tune into us on June 23rd, possibly either at the draft party or
we'll be there. We're going there.
We're there. We'll be there at the draft
We're
party.
we're gonna live stream that.
We're gonna live stream it.
On Instagram. Live reactions.
Live reaction. Catch us there, and then we'll do a draft breakdown after that.
Facts.
Live from the Amway Center.